Groucho Marx used to ask contestants on You Bet Your Life, who's buried in Grant's tomb? I'm here at Grant's tomb, and we're going to find out. I'm Bob Summers, and this is a presidential story. Before answering the question, who's buried in Grant's tomb, let's learn more about this tomb. President Ulysses S. Grant died at his Adirondack Mountain cottage in New York on July 23, 1885, from throat cancer. Knowing he was very ill, Grant spoke to his son about his burial wishes. His main stipulation was that his wife, Julia, be buried beside him. This ruled out one location, New York's West Point Military Academy, because they did not allow women to be buried there. This left 3 other locations, all places he had lived before: St. Louis, Missouri, Galena, Illinois, and New York City. Grant's wife, Julia, eventually accepted an offer from New York's mayor for a large tomb to be built in the new Riverside Park along the Hudson River. On August 8th, Grant was interred in a temporary brick structure near where his permanent tomb would be built. A 24-hour military guard unit comprised of 30 soldiers was stationed outside the tomb for security. Days after Grant's death, the Grant Monument Association, with former President Chester Arthur as the association president, was formed to collect donations from the public to construct the tomb. Within the first 3 months, they collected $100,000. And over the ensuing 5 years, they only collected another $55,000. One of their fundraising challenges was that they did not have a design to show to donors. In 1888, the Grant Monument Association announced a design competition for a tomb with a $500,000 budget, which they had still not raised. The top 5 entries won cash prizes. Despite these top 5 winners, none of the designs were recommended to move forward. Another invitation-only competition was held in 1890, with the selection of John H. Duncan's design winning out. Duncan's design was influenced by Napoleon's tomb in France and the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus of ancient Greece, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Interesting side fact, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus is also called the Tomb of Mausolus, an ancient ruler of the Achaemenid Empire, and it is from his name we get the word mausoleum for an above-ground tomb. The cornerstone of Grant's tomb was laid in 1892, and the dedication ceremony was held 5 years later, on April 27, 1897, which would have been Grant's 75th birthday. The final cost came in at $600,000, which would be about $22.2 million today, all from private donations, many of which were from overseas. Julia Grant died in 1902 and was interred in a matching 8.5-ton red granite sarcophagus. Through World War I, Grant's tomb had more annual visitors than the Statue of Liberty. By the 1950s, membership in the Grant Memorial Association was declining rapidly. They turned the site over to the National Park Service in 1959, and they renamed it the General Grant National Memorial. So why is the question, who's buried in Grant's tomb, such a popular cultural question? We can blame Groucho Marx for that. Groucho hosted a radio and later television quiz show called You Bet Your Life from 1947 to 1961, and everyone won something. So if a contestant performed particularly poorly, and I mean really poorly, they would get an easy question at the end, like, when did the War of 1812 start? What color is an orange? And his favorite, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
I'm going to give you one more chance to make some money. It's not going to be so easy, so think hard now, and no help, please. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant.
General Grant is right.
Someone would answer Grant and win $25, until one day, someone replied, no one. The contestant explained that Ulysses and Julia Grant are in above-ground sarcophagi, and to be buried, one needed to be underground. Mind blown. Groucho would still continue to accept Grant as a correct answer, because everyone wins.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Thanks for watching. If this video makes you want to stump someone with this riddle, please help out the channel. Like and subscribe. And please visit POTUS.com to learn more interesting facts about the presidents.